Hello, my name is Leslie. I decided to talk about why I think dog breeding should be illegal as my persuasive speech topic. For starters, for years people have been breeding dogs. Dogs reproduce, of course. That's how you go to a pound and get a puppy. Or you can spend hundreds to thousands of dollars on a fancier breed from a local dealer, a specific dealer. Those people normally breed dogs. And in all cases, dog breeding is not specifically cruelty, and sometimes it's not horrible on the dog. Most of the time people honestly do it just for money. And I think that this should be illegal because you don't see people going and breeding and selling children. You cannot do that. Why should we do that to an animal that can't think like a human but does feel like one? Why should people be able to breed for money? Why can't they breed to help a family in need for a child that wants an animal? And I also believe that animals should only be bred a specific amount of times. So as I am going to get into this today, I am going to start off with a quote from the USDA. It says the USDA has abdicated its critical responsibility to use the Animal Welfare Act to stop animal cruelty, allowing commercial breeders to put their effort motives above the welfare of vulnerable animals in their care. This is said by Matt Bershetiger, President and CEO of ASPCA. This means that most breeders are putting their welfare above an animal's. Should animal cruelty be taken more seriously in the States? I believe so, because you go around and you see millions of people that buy animals and they will home them for a few months and then initially give them up. And some of these animals are just animals that you can get at a pound, which there is nothing wrong with that. I believe a pound animal should be taken before $1,000 animal should be taken. But some animals are breeded specifically for a family. They take them and then rehome them after this animal has bonded with them. Why should you take someone away from their family like that? You wouldn't take a 6-year-old child away from its parents just because you couldn't take care of it. I believe that the best way to fix this is for people to start being more serious about this. I feel like there should be a law in place for people to not be able to breed a certain animal a certain amount of times without having it registered, and register the amount of times that this animal has had a litter. I feel like if you are going to get an animal from anywhere, you should have to have a license for it. If you are going to have a personal animal, you should have something that says that this is your animal. You cannot just give it away unless you know that this animal is going to go to a good home and you are not just going to sit it out on the side of the road. There needs to be repercussions, because if there's no repercussions, then life is just going to keep going on and on and on, and nothing is going to be fixed, and nobody wants it this way. PETA said that over 6 million animals are being homeless in a year. Over 6 million in a year. That's crazy amounts of animals. You can go down the side of the road and you can see dogs walking, you can see cats walking, and it's not just animals that you can bring in your home, but others that people do get, and then they're just homeless now because they had one before and then the family decided they couldn't deal with them, or they couldn't put up with them or afford them, so they gave them up. I do understand that in some cases people do have to give up their animals, and some people do love those animals even though they do have to give them up. They make sure they go to a good home with a good space, someone who's going to be able to take care of them, walk them every day, enjoy their presence. But sometimes you really need to think for the greater good. And I hope that this speech reaches the right people. I hope that people understand that I'm not just bashing people who can't take care of their animals or who do not have enough money to take care of their animals. That's a completely different subject. I just believe that breeding animals should not be a real thing. Honestly, I believe that it should be natural, and if a puppy is created, it should be on its own basis and not because someone wants money for it and wants to just become wealthy off of suffering and cruelty of another animal. Thank you.